Yeah. So I want to get the method from here. So web element, this one, this method, you get it and replace here. So is element present? We don't have, right? Maybe you can use frame element dot is displayed, okay? And stale element reference exception, no such frame exception, stale element reference exception. How can you handle this stale element reference exception? So by wait, explicit wait commands. Now WebDriver wait we are writing, right? You have to use all those methods to handle this stale element reference exception. Make sure you handle that stale element reference exception. Why you will get a stale element? The element is stale. Stale means, so it's a already previous element it is trying to use, but that element is not there in the DOM yet. So maybe your page is loading and the element is not loaded, but you are using old element reference only still. Such cases you will get a stale element reference section. This is one of the famous interview question. Okay, so make sure you understand this. Stale, that means old element reference you are using, but that element is still not loaded and WebDriver is looking for that. And that time it will throw stale element reference section. Then how can you handle this? By applying wait dot until expected conditions, presence of element located or visibility of element located, or you refresh the page, then wait for to load it. Such cases, this will be solved it. So these are the scenarios they will ask you in the interviews. So let's go and call this method. See, now it is resolved. See, this method only you're calling. See, all these methods are overloaded. You can observe that, right? Previously we have used that, right? That and I switch to the frame. Then you have to type. So type the value. So you can go and type it here. So tags. Send keys, you can type it. Assertions dot assert equals. So what you want to assert? How can you get this typed one? This is one of the another interview question. So how can you fetch the typed one from edit box? How can you get it? Come on.
Text.
So I want to show you which one you want to type. String type val str equal to Selenium. So how can you pass this variable here? When you pass that variable, shall I pass a str here like this? Is this correct?
Without double quotes.
What is the correction? What is the
Within
correction?
the double.
We need
Within
to
the
remove
double.
quotes.
We need to remove double quotes.
We need to remove double quotes. You should not
Quotes.
give, already you declared a string type.
String type.
Variable, while passing the variable, you should not again put the variable name in double quotes. So here also like this. But okay, so now scenario, you type it here, right? So how can you fetch this typed one? So suppose you type it this selenium. So how can you fetch it? Okay, how can you fetch this one? Hmm? So it will be stored in the value attribute. So you have to get the, so how can you get the attribute value? Hmm? Hmm? How can you get the attribute value?
Driver dot find element. Locator of locator value dot get the attribute of.
That is the answer. Driver dot find element. So by dot, so CSS selector, hash tags within double quotes.
Dot get the attribute.
Dot
Get the
get
attribute of attribute name.
that is value attribute. Always value attribute it will be there. Okay,
Value
remember. I'm not sure now here it is not showing a value attribute. We will get or not. If not getting, so let's see. Okay, so I'm going to compare. So I'm going to get this, compare, and then navigate back. So navigate back means you have to use driver dot navigate method dot back method, because so you are in this phase, so you can navigate to previous phase. And how do you know you navigate to the previous phase? So you go and you click on this accordion, then only it will be. So ensure that you are able to click on that. So otherwise, no, it doesn't work out. If you're not switching, not writing. So by dot link text. So because it's a link, that's why I'm taking a link text. Dot link. Okay, so that's it. And you can make a validations if you want. Just run this test case. Run as JUnit test. Done. So that we didn't get a value. I think we got it. Passed it. If it is assertion passed means you're good. So that means that is working. Okay. So assertion passed means it is working perfectly. So that's how to get the values. Okay. So we have covered alerts. We have covered frames, internal frames, normal frames. I need to work with windows, how to handle tabs, windows, those things. I'll show you that in the TestNG. So that's it, and let's move on to the TestNG. It's simple. If you want more examples on JUnit, just go here, and you have so many examples here. See that I given here. So you need to take initiative and practice. Other than that, nothing. See that. So even I have given Google test. You can write a Google test. See that. Steps I have given. So you can to practice all those cases. So try it out. Okay. Next we have second scenario. Alerts. We already seen alerts. So we can practice this one. Frames we have seen today. So then we have frames, the jQuery UI, if you want, practice here also. Iframe, just now we have seen this also. And any other pro? That's it. Yeah. Unit is simple. How many annotations we have? At the rate before all, at the rate after all, one pair. At the rate before each,
Before
at the
each,
rate after each. At the rate test.
test 5.
So these are the widely used ones. Other than that, nothing. Okay. But you should know same will come in TestNG also. So let's go and see what are the different annotations we have in TestNG. So what is mean by TestNG and what is the difference between TestNG and JUnit? So let's understand theoretically, and then we'll meet on so Monday. So TestNG, right? TestNG, what is this? Okay. Not this one. All right. So what is TestNG? So TestNG is a next generation testing framework. See that? NG means next generation testing framework. So which is designed to simplify and design your automation test cases from unit testing to till UAT test cases. All kinds of test cases you can write with the TestNG framework. That's the main agenda behind this testing. But what is the inspiration for this TestNG? JUnit is the inspiration for TestNG. So based on the JUnit only, JUnit based only, they designed the TestNG framework. So who developed this TestNG? Best Cedric. He is the father of TestNG and the creator of this framework. Best Cedric. BEUST. Okay, Best Cedric. So he is the one who designed this TestNG framework. And this is the one widely used by all the testers, most of the testers. And if you are using a Java programming language, TestNG framework is widely used one. And so then you have a, so you can write a integration test cases, system test cases, all different kinds of test cases you can write. That's a TestNG framework means. So what are the advantages of TestNG? Why people prefer TestNG than JUnit? So TestNG provides a rich annotation support. What is mean by this? JUnit, you have only few annotations, right? But TestNG has a suite level annotation, then test tag level, then class level, method level, test level, groups also you can create. So those so many annotations TestNG is going to provide for us. That's a first advantage. And TestNG generates better HTML and XSLT reports. Better HTML and XSLT reports. So you will get a reports, nice report. In JUnit, you don't have that capability, right? So here you have a HTML report, you can see that. That is the main concept of a TestNG, another big advantage. Even Selenium depends on these reports only. Selenium doesn't have a capability of reporting capabilities, but Selenium depends on this TestNG reports. Okay, so that is the main advantage of another big advantage of TestNG. Next, you can prioritize the test cases. For example, you have multiple test methods. Which one you want to run first? How do you prioritize them? So in a class, you have 5 test methods. Which one you want to run? How can you set the order? That order you can set in TestNG using @test priority keyword you will use and priority you will set. So lowest priority will schedule first. Lowest priority will schedule first. That's the how you can. So set the priority using TestNG. So a lot of questions on this area. Can we set priority same for 2 or more test cases? Yes, you can do that.
Then
Remember all these interview questions, okay?
Then which one will execute first if you set the same priority?
Good question, right? So I'm coming to that point. So you, for example, you are given @test priority equal to 1. For one more test, you are given @test priority equal to 1. Now TestNG will get confusion, right? Selenium will get confused. Then it will take the precedence of method alphabetical order. Method name you will give, right, for @test method. That alphabetical order it will take and that will execute first.
Okay,
If
sir.
it get confused.
So is this the same case in JUnit?
JUnit is JUnit also. How it will execute is JUnit also similar. Just alphabetical order of method name.
Okay.
So for example, your method name is different. For example, you want to login test, but you have one more home test. So first you want to execute login, then you want to go to home page, then it's going to be a problem for you. That doesn't work out for us, right?
Yeah.
Or for example, you take a login first, feed page in the second. So, but first F will come, right?
Yeah.
F will be feed page will come only after login only. Then your test case doesn't work out in TestNG JUnit.
Correct.
That's order you cannot set there.
Okay.
So that's the problem. So priority you cannot set in the JUnit, but here you can set it. That's the first difference you can give it to them. And you will second difference. So you have a rich annotation support here. There are very less annotations there in JUnit. And you can skip the test cases using @test enabled equal to false. You don't want to execute now particular test. Then how you can skip that? You just write @test annotation parenthesis enabled equal to false. Then that test method won't execute.
Like
So,
commenting.
Like commenting, instead of commenting, you just write enabled equal to false. Simple. And another one depends on methods. So the depends on methods is basically your method is depends on one more method. One method depends on another method. Okay. One method depends on another method. Then what you need to do? So you have to set the dependency among test methods. That concept you don't have in JUnit. So this you can set here nicely. So test 1 depends on test 2. You can set like that. Then what will happen? First test 1 will execute, then it will come to test 2. Or you set @test depends on methods test 2. First test 2 will execute. If it is successful, then test 1 will execute. So whatever you are writing depends on methods that will execute first. If it is successful, then this method will execute. Then @test method will execute. If it is not successful, failed, and this will skip automatically. So that's another advantage. You can set the dependency among test methods with the TestNG, but you cannot do with the JUnit, that one. So this is another difference you can tell. You can group the test cases. For example, in whoever working real environment, so they might know you have to group smoke test cases, sanity, regression, like that, right? End-to-end test cases. How you can categorize them? So in TestNG, you have a keyword at the test groups. Groups keyword you have. So at the test groups equal to and particular test method you can categorize to smoke or sanity or regression. Tomorrow your manager will ask, okay, run only smoke. Then only smoke will gather and run those test cases. Or they will ask run only regression. Then it will pick up only regression. First you have to categorize. The primary precondition is categorization, how you can do in TestNG using groups keyword. But do you have the same feature in Junit also? Like a tags concept is there. So that's the Junit feature. Here groups keyword you will use. We can run the test cases parallelly on multiple browsers. You can run the test cases parallelly on multiple browsers. We can do a data-driven testing using data provider annotation. And we can supply parameter values from XML file using parameters annotation. So data provider, this is a very important concept. So how can you do a data-driven testing? What is a data-driven testing? Same scenario, but with a different sets of data. How you can parameterize it? So that's a data provider will help you. Data provider annotation method will store the data inside that, and you can get it and run one by one. For example, you want to create 100 accounts or 1,000 accounts. Manually, is it possible?
No.
How many days it will take to create even 100? You take 100 accounts you want to create. How many days it will take? Right? It will take some time, right? But with Selenium, you can do with this data provider concept. It's very easy, and you just store you have to prepare the data and give it to Selenium. Selenium will do nicely with the TestNG annotation, that is data provider annotation. It will be completed. Then we have we can supply parameter values from XML file using parameters annotation. So you can supply parameter values from parameters annotation. So you can do that. Basically, some parameter values you want to hide. You want to abstract it. You don't want to show in the code. Somewhere where you are giving also, people should not understand that you're abstracting somewhere else. And from there you are reading. That XML file you can read using parameters annotation. These are the features. And you don't have this data provider concept in Junit. You don't have this parameters concept in Junit. We have only in TestNG those. That's the differences you tell why Junit is less preferred than TestNG. Because of more features you have in TestNG and less features you have in Junit. So you have to compare and tell that. Then it will be easy. Okay. So next, you need to install the TestNG in your Eclipse. Can you all open Eclipses? So we'll install TestNG and then we'll close for it.
Okay.
So I'll just show you how to install TestNG in the Eclipse. Then we can close for the day. So ready?
Yeah, I see.
Yes, sir.
Go to help menu. There is a help menu in the Eclipse. Last menu.
Yeah.
So help menu. Then click on Eclipse Marketplace. Eclipse Marketplace. Then search TestNG and click on Go button.
TestNG.
So you will get there.
TestNG.
TestNG for Eclipse.
Install.
Just click on install button.
Confirm. Hit confirm.
So if anybody wants to share it, I'll help you.
We
Because
have just to confirm. We have to hit confirm.
yeah, confirm that.
Confirm. Okay.
Just share it. Share your screen. I'll know others also can see it.
Can you
So
disable?
okay, now I have given. Yeah, that's it. Accept it.
Where is accept?
No, accept license agreement. No.
This one.
Accept license agreement. Yeah.
And then finish.
Finish.
Let me see that is installed.
So it will no, you will get one pop-up. Yes. So select all. Click on select all. There is a button select all. Yeah. Click on that. Trust selected. So restart. That's it. Very simple. Okay. So how do you know whether it is installed or not? So open this. I'll show you how you can see the TestNG option.
Oops.
You can see the TestNG option.
Can I stop my screen share or?
Now you can let it open. Right click on any package.
Okay, I see it here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. So you just right click on any package, you can see that. Okay.
Yeah.
That's it. Okay. So just right click and you can see the option.
Yeah. I saw that. Yeah. TestNG.
TestNG option. That's the one. Okay.
Yeah.
So anybody facing problem? Let me know. I will help you out. Otherwise, we are good. So please practice. I'm giving time. That's why 2 days I am giving holidays.